Tom, good morning. We are ready for week 3 of the high school football season. And quickly, let's recap last week's Skyline Chili Crosstown Showdown presented by Mercy Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. And Meyer, what was the action like last Friday?
Well, a little bit lopsided, Nick. And, you never know as a prognosticator, as a scheduler. We thought these were two outstanding games. Rival game, Lakota East hosting Lakota West, and then Colerain going to Princeton. But what you're finding out, I think, quickly in the Greater Miami Conference, it was opening night. These are the two best teams, being Lakota West and Princeton. Lakota West, the two-time defending champ, defeated East 49-6, which, that's a big rival game. I know it was a tough week in Lakota East, but this Lakota West team is really, really good, again, under Tom Bolden. Andre Parker in year 2 at Princeton shut out Colerain 28-0. So,
wow.
You never know. You can look at them on paper, and I think clearly Princeton and West, when they meet, which I believe is week 5 at Princeton, that could be for the GMC title.
Wow. That is really normally those are tight matches. And when was the last time we heard Colerain going like 0-2?
Well, I'm going to give you one because they got a legitimate shot tonight to go 0-3. They host 2-0 Fairfield. Fairfield's pretty good, and Colerain is, it's just one of those transitionary periods. But I think the funny part is everybody is always. First, it was when Kerry Combs left. Then it was when Tom Bolden left. And I can tell you, Sean Cutright's a good football coach for the Cardinals, but it's just times they be changing a little bit. So we got another rival game, the Battle for the Bell, which is supremacy in Miami Township between Loveland and Milford. And this has a side story, too. Milford football coach Tom Grippa, who's big. If you say, Tom Grippa, that sounds familiar. Yeah, he's been around a long time. He's been at Elder. Then he was at Fairfield. Then he was at LaSalle. Spent some time at Mount St. Joe. He coached in the 1998 first showdown with Fairfield after he left Elder. But he's had some heart issues. He's been in the booth for the first 2 games, but he got cleared this week. He'll be back on the sideline, and that's good. He'll be out at Milford. And look, Milford is 2-0, and they won last week in the last minute. But I got to tell you, this is a rival game. You never know. The Battle for the Bell. It'll be a great crowd, a crazed atmosphere. We were out there a few years back, and looking forward to that tonight in the Skyline Chili Crosstown Showdown.
Yeah, that's going to be a good one, and hope that all those health issues, that everything's going to be cool with him. What about in our neighbors to the south in northern Kentucky? What's going on down there?
Well, we've got some good games in northern Kentucky tonight, too. Beechwood tries to extend its regular season winning streak. They're at Somerset. No, Bridget, I won't ask you to get us there. Cooper takes on Ryle.
Wait. Is that by, Cumberland?
Let's just move along.
Okay.
With the games, please. Yeah, because all you would say there is head south.
Yeah.
Cooper's at Ryle in the Battle of Union. Covcath is in Lexington. You might be able to get there, taking on Lexcath. 2-0 Boone County's at Holmes. And the Rebels, looking to go 3-0. And I'd be remiss if I didn't mention this. Boy, St. X, the GCL South, you get 3 teams 2-0, St. X 0-2. Don't be deceived. They lost in the last 21 seconds to Lakota West, 16-13. Last Sunday, they were on ESPN.
I watched it, yeah.
High school kickoff. And look, that Oldenburg Academy, really, really good. They're on the North Shore. Great atmosphere there. Standing room only. So they're 0-2. They host Olentangy Liberty tonight. But how about Elder, Moeller, LaSalle, all 2-0. Moeller hosting East Central. That game's on Saturday. Elder at Springboro. And you love to look at quarterbacks. Jake Dunn, new quarterback at Moeller, 2 games, 6 touchdowns, no interceptions. They beat Massillon, Washington, last week, Louisville Trinity, 28-3. And Elder with a new quarterback, Ben Schuster, 28 of 33 in his first couple starts.
Wow.
And everybody's always said if Elder ever gets a defense, well, they might have one. They've always got a prolific offense, but they held Covcath to 7 points against the first-team defense and beat Pickerington Central last week, 17-7. So some good teams, it looks like, early on. And I mentioned earlier, Colerain in jeopardy of a fall to 0-3. And Oak Hills, which was the only team in Ohio High School Athletic Association history to go 0-10 and make the playoffs last year, wound up 0-11. Justin Roden, who's a really good football coach, they're off to a 2-0 start, are the Highlanders. How about that? So got a chance to go 3-0 tonight. They're at Mason.
Perfect. Now, the portion of the show where we try to get to one of these high school football games with the brain power of our very own Bridget. It is the high school Uber time. Where are we going today, Tom?
Well, here we go, Nick. We're going Saturday. We're going to the East Central Moeller game. It's Moeller's home game. And coaches like to use the phrase of trickeration. Okay. East Central at Moeller, and it's a 5 p.m. kick Saturday to make sure people can watch, I believe, to make sure they can watch Notre Dame, Ohio State. I'm just surmising that.
Sure.
East Central taking on Moeller. Moeller's home game. Get me there, Bridget.
Well, I believe that they don't play at the high school. I feel like Moeller's stadium is at a different location.
Okay.
Regardless, I'm going to go up 71. I'm going to get off at the Kenwood exit. I'm going to hang a right.
Okay.
And then I believe, 2 miles up on the left.
Yeah, well, let's just call quits to that right now. If you remember,
But
I
remembered, right?
Okay, you did.
I still just don't know how to get there.
Well, they used to play at Sycamore Junior High, no Moss. They used to play at Princeton. Now you could walk there from where you are currently located.
Damn it.
They are
We
at
can
Shea
see it.
Stadium in Norwood.
You can see
Yes.
Shea Stadium from our building.
Yes.
Oh, your ass.
Yes. Well, he's actually probably correct. Yes. So Bridget, after that quick start, now dips to a below 500 1-2.
Well,
There you go.
me and Coleraine, don't you worry about it.
They'll bounce back.
Well, you actually have a win so far.
Oh, there you go, see?
Coleraine alum. I'm a proud Coleraine alum, so yeah, there you go. But 1-2.
Tom, before
And
we
how
let
about
you
college football?
before we let you go, we've got a big match, a big test for our Bearcats going out to Arkansas, taking on the Razorbacks. Lots of questions with this team. They lost 9 starters. Lots of I think the quarterback still really hasn't been named yet. But how do you think the Bearcats are going to fare out there?
Well, look, it's a tough matchup. I mean, Arkansas is a good football team, returning a lot of dudes, as they like to say. But here's the thing about UC. It's either going to be Ben Bryant, who was there, transferred, now he's back, or Evan Prater, who is a alum of the Skyline Chili Crosstown Showdown. We got a lot of those going around. He played at Wyoming. I think that'll be interesting to see how they play the quarterback, obviously on the road in an SEC venue. It's a tough one. I mean, but I'll equate this one, Nick, to last year. I mean, remember that game at South Bend and Notre Dame? It's kind of like that was validation for UC.
Yeah.
Well, this is the first game, and you're right. Sent a ton of guys to the NFL, a lot of holes to replace. But, if you got confidence in Luke Fickell on the staff and a deep, talented roster, it's a good test right out of the gate. If they can win this one, man, maybe they're back in the conversation. It's not going to be easy. What a day to get this at 3:30, then Notre Dame traveling to Columbus to take on Ohio State
Oh, it's great.
under the lights Saturday night. So if you like, I know, Nick, you're educating your 1-year-old, right? It's
I am.
never too early. Yes, never too early to start talking a little football, so that's encouraging. And it looks like, by the way, tonight, another week 3, looks like the weather, a little steamier maybe today, but still, I'll take it if we can hold off no rain. We'll be 3 for 3 in weather, so let's knock on some wood there.
Perfect.
Tom, for the Crosstown Showdown, where can everybody get all the information?
Anything and everything at X-Town Showdown on Twitter. We have daily updates. We're also on Facebook and Instagram. We'll have live reports all night from Loveland, Milford, and do some stuff over the weekend and getting into next week. We've got a little extended holiday weekend. So everybody have a safe one. And I hope to see you at the Showdown game tonight. If not, at X-Town Showdown on Twitter.
Perfect, Tom.
As always, a pleasure.
Always a pleasure. The highlight of Bridget's morning. Can't wait
So, Bridget, when you're done with your shift today and you head home, just give a little cursory wave to Shea Stadium there off to your right.
Can do.
Again, Tom.
All right, guys, have a great one.
You too. Thanks. Appreciate it.